got a lot of pushback when he said this season on some tweets, Arians and Brady aren't great. In the end, it's turbulent. You got some pushback when you reported through contacts that Leftwich and Brady would do the game plan. Arians, who had a lighter workload, would come in, redline it a little bit, and there was some resentment in the building. Do you feel a little vindicated today?
No, I don't feel vindicated because, look, I don't have a dog in this hunt, right? You know, this is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their attempt to win their next Super Bowl, they hope, with Tom Brady. But the truth is the truth. And there were things that happened inside that building that I was privy to through my sources that really revealed maybe a closer to the bone reason why Tom might have walked away and why now we're seeing Bruce Arians walk away from his job and his responsibilities as head coach of this football team, and Todd Bowles is taking over. So I don't know if vindication is the word, but it's interesting to see how this story has progressed since hearing the news that I heard and seeing how everything has sort of happened and rolled out afterward. It's been very interesting to follow.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Tom's got a big brand. He doesn't want to look like a bully. That's my opinion. So he comes out and says, I love you, coach. Arians doesn't want to look weak, like he got bulldozed. So he goes upstairs. That's my takeaway on this is now it's brand protection. We all want to be a happy family. But in the end, Brady's going to get what Brady wants. Deshaun Watson got what he wanted. Like, right? Like, is my takeaway that nutty?
No, your takeaway sounds spot on. I mean, look, the truth is if conflict didn't matter, if conflict was something that Tom Brady could work through perfectly at every juncture, he would still be in New England. I mean, that's the truth. There's a reason why he left in free agency to go to the Buccaneers. And it was because there was real conflict between him and the head coach that he had won 6 Super Bowl titles with in Bill Belichick. And so now working with Bruce Arians, another strong personality in this game. Again, a guy who has countless yesterdays in this league, but fewer tomorrows. And there was conflict there as well. And so, like you put it, quarterbacks run this league. So who's going to win this battle? If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want to go all in and win a Super Bowl, who's more important to the puzzle? I think you now have your answer.
I would have hired, listen, it's an offensive league. It's a quarterback league. All 7 NFC playoff teams had offensive coaches. Bowles is a conservative defensive guy. I would have gone Leftwich over Bowles, even though I like Todd. Were you surprised by that choice?
Not really, because there was also, and I put this out in February on my Twitter account, there was also indications that there was some butting of heads over the offensive game planning between Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady. You know, there wasn't as much animosity, so much as a difference in opinion on how to orchestrate this offense, to the point where some of my sources told me that Brady had seized complete control of that offense toward the end of last season and into the postseason. So it makes sense that Todd Bowles takes over, in my opinion, because he's going to stay out of the way. Do you think Todd Bowles is going to tell Tom Brady what he thinks the offense should do? He's got his hands full with the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be church and state. Tommy, you do what you want on this side of your world, and I'm going to do what I want on this side of the world. And these paths don't necessarily need to cross all that much. But you know what? Anytime you see something on film that I could improve defensively, or anytime I see any weaknesses in the offensive strategies you guys are employing, we'll put our heads together and we'll try to make each other better.
Yeah, I mean, when Brady retired and then unretired, it was so weird because he's such a detailed plan guy. That to me, I'm like, and then his dad said, you didn't want to retire. There were other factors. So, right, that dads don't lie. So right there, I'm thinking there's something going on here. When he retired and unretired, what was your takeaway? Because there was a lot of rumors he was going to Miami, he was going to San Francisco. What'd you make of it?
Well, what I made of it was strange, right? You know, knowing the competitor he is, knowing how great he looked last season. I mean, can anybody argue that he wasn't a top 2 quarterback, if not the best quarterback in the league last year? I certainly can't pose a great argument for anybody in third overtaking him at second, or potentially him being the best doing it last season. So why would you step away if you have a year left on this deal? The only thing that made sense to me is, yeah, he'll be back with a different team, or they're going to have to be major changes in Tampa if he's going to come back to that situation. And we now have our answer.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been saying this today. There's a big difference between haymakers and a fist fight and nudging. I don't think Tom dislikes Bruce, but this has been a turbulent flight. The landing was good, but I don't think it was like they can't stand each other. It's just when you get as wealthy and successful as Tom, your patience thins out, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you think of it from just the term we're using, retirement, right? Retirement means like you just want an easier path. You don't want someone always telling you what to do. Maybe you want to go golfing when you want to go golfing, or tend to your flower bed in the backyard, or maybe you're a crosswords guy. I don't know. But when you get closer and nearer to the end of your career, you want to start winding things down. You want less voices you have to answer to. So I think Tom probably really thought to himself, can I retire? Am I ready to retire? Or do I just need less people in this world telling me what to do?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be cussed out in a Monday meeting anymore. I just want to operate my offense. I just want to do my thing like I've been doing for 20 plus years. And I want to try to win a Super Bowl with my friends. And then if I want to retire after this season, or if I want to play again, that's up to me.
Is Gronk coming back? Do your sources know that one?
I don't know I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything about Gronk's decision making, but I will say this. I know that Tom, and this is my speculation, is begging him right now. Gronky, please, one more year, brother, because we watched it last season. It's undeniable the chemistry they have on the field. I mean, he finds him no matter what. Gronk is a great bad ball catcher, and that comes in handy down in the red zone where he's one of Tom Brady's favorite targets and has been for all these years.
All right, Rich is Sundays on Fox Sports Radio, 1 to 5 Eastern, the dreaded 4-hour shift, and he flies right through it. Rich Ohrnberger, 6 years in the NFL. What is your Twitter account? Because it's got all sorts of good stuff. What is it?
At Ohrnberger, Colin. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.